This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so I show us at the top of the hour. Did we want to give a couple minutes?
I think we're ready.
All right. Then let's get started. It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday morning. You can't beat that. So I'd like to call the Lake Stevens Sewer Commission meeting to order, May 11th. And I'd like to begin with Pledge of Allegiance. If we could please rise. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So public forum. Anybody who will open it up for public forum? Anybody that would like to share anything with the Board of Commissioners? Anybody in the room there in Lake Stevens that would like to take the floor for a couple minutes? All right.
Like a no.
Okay. Anybody on the virtual wall here on our GoToMeeting platform that would like to speak? Scanning. Any cards or letters that we've received?
No.
Okay, well, that's a 3 for 3. We'll close the public forum. We have an agenda in front of us. How do we like this agenda? Any changes?
No changes from staff.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve if my fellow commissioners like the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for May 11th, 2023.
All
I
right.
would second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, great. We got an agenda. We have some consent items, A through I. All items previously reviewed. Any comments, adjustments, or concerns about those? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'm making a motion to approve consent items A through I.
I would second that.
All right, call for the vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. We have no old business today under number 6 on our agenda, which moves us to number 7, new business. We have a 2002 year-end financial report. Who would we like to go to that one for?
I believe that would be me.
All right.
All right, let me see if I can share my screen and get this report up in front of you, just in case you don't have it in front of you already. Did that? Do you see the report now in front of you?
We do.
Okay, so that's the financial statements for this year. And so what I've got it screened to right now is the review report. And this is a clean review report, which means we are not aware of anything that is in here that would be materially misstated. So that's as high of a level as it goes in a review. And I think it was a fairly clean review. So it went smooth. Everybody was very helpful. And it,
Dave, just to correct you, sorry, you have up currently an Excel spreadsheet, not the PDF of the financials.
what do you have in front of you?
You have up the screen you're sharing has Valley View Water District's Excel spreadsheet.
Okay. I can't see which screen is sharing. It's obviously the one with the computer. So this is the review report. You see it now, right?
Yep, that looks a lot better. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is a clean review report, and thanks to everybody for helping me get this together. So just in looking at things, I'll go to the MD&A because you've got some comparative information there. And what you can see here is like your capital assets did go down a little bit, but that's depreciation. You're still doing fine. Your regular assets increased, so that you've got plenty of liquid assets. Long-term liabilities continue to go down, and you can see that net position increased, which means you're continuing to improve. It's up almost $7 million. If you look at the following page, at the income statement comparative, you're up almost $1.8 million in revenues, up $1.5 million in operating income, and that is really the key number I look at when I'm looking at a district, is what is their operating income, because that means you're covering depreciation and all your costs. So to be doing that it is great. And you're generating plenty for interest and amortization, a positive cash flow. So that is all good. So if you go to the general balance sheet, it's pretty much the same as last year, but you can see you've got over 24 million in cash that's unrestricted, 30 million in current assets, and the pension asset did go down a little bit. But one of the things I also look at is your current assets compared to your current liabilities. So you got 30 million in current assets and only 7 million in current liabilities. So that's plenty of money to pay bills as it comes due, plenty to afford with your construction projects. It's just kind of a healthy situation. The only thing that really changed on this in balance sheet, and in your case, it's hardly anything, is leases became a asset that is required to be booked in this year. That's a new statement that you implemented. And when you go into the footnotes, really the only changes in the footnotes will be describing this adoption of this statement, which in your case was not significant. Some districts it was, but not yours. And so there's this adoption and a little bit of commentary on how you do it. It's just essentially you capitalize it and amortize the lease receivable over the term of the lease to get your lease revenue. And again, in your case, it wasn't much. Everything else in these footnotes is very similar to the prior year, which is kind of what you want to see in a water and sewer district. No big changes or swings. So I think everything looks good, and I would open it up for any questions you have of me.
Fellow commissioners?
I don't have any questions. It looks pretty good. It's kind of nice to see we're on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Dave, I appreciate the document and the review. I don't have any additional questions either on that one. So if there's nothing else pertaining to that, we can move on to 7B. So be it. All right, 7B. Yep, thank you very much. 7B is the Sparman Annexation Cost Agreement, and I assume we're going to staff for a quick little flyby on that.
I'll take that one. So the Sparman Annexation Cost Agreement is a standard agreement that the district puts out in order to be reimbursed for the expenses towards getting this annexation accepted by the Boundary Review Board. So it has been reviewed by legal and is recommended by staff.
Any comments or questions or concerns from my fellow commissioners?
No, it looks pretty straightforward.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, well, I make a motion to approve the Sparman Annexation Cost Agreement.
Excellent.
I'll second that.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, and that passes. That brings us down to 8, our manager's report. General manager.
All right. Caring by sharing is a little bit low right now at $40.92. We do see a little bit more coming in, so we expect the next time that we report on that number to be able to help a few families out with their sewer bills. Total inorganic nitrogen for the Puget Sound Nutrient General is at 34% year to date, which is looking very good to be through April. We have 19.68 connection fees and 44 permits that have come in year to date. And that's all I've got.
All right. I don't see our assistant GM on camera anyway, unless he's lurking on the side somewhere.
Nope, he is off today. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I hope he's doing something fun. All right. That brings us to city report. I see Gene. Did you want to take that one?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Business as usual here. We're seeing some pickup in park activity, obviously, with the great weather. And next week, we'll have some council members, the mayor and myself in Washington, D.C., joining Economic Alliance, doing some lobbying work for Snohomish County and for the city of Lake Stevens. So that'll be next week. That's all I have.
All right, well, go get them. They're in DC. I like it.
Yeah, we've had good luck.
Yeah.
Yes, Gina, what are you guys specifically lobbying for?
Federal dollars for some transportation projects. We have a bridge that needs replacement. Yeah, so kind of the normal stuff.
All right. Brings us to, thank you, Gene. Brings us to our commissioners report. I want to start with Commissioner number 1.
Okay, well, hi, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm remote this morning, and if I turn my camera on, I'll probably lose connection, so I apologize for that. Not a whole lot, just attended normal WASWAD board meetings. The budget, as we all know, for the state has been adopted, so there is a lot of funds that are coming, Public Works Trust Fund, if there are some large projects going on. So the Section 3 meeting we attended the other night had the Department of Commerce for the state, and there's a lot of dollars that were funded this year, or next 2 years, I should say, in regards to any solar type projects or energy projects that some districts may want to take upon as far as providing solar energy to their buildings. But other than that, I appreciate all the hard work everybody's been doing.
All right, thank you. How about Commissioner number 2?
Just thank you to the accounting department and Dave Hoagland for the financial statement and supplementary information. I think that's really helpful and always good to review. I also attended the WASWAD meeting this week and always find that it's helpful and helps me understand more things that are coming down the pipeline. And then third, just the last week, I've had some opportunities to get to know the employees a little bit better and have found that to be really useful, and just really impressed at the dedication and camaraderie among the sewer district, and pleased to be working with such good people.
Awesome. Awesome. And yeah, I would echo some of those statements. We do the year in review, the financial reports, and it's 41 pages of a lot of numbers and notes and comments in a very structured way. And in some ways it can be maybe a little on the boring side for a lot of folks, but I tell you, it's one of those measures that reflects everybody's hard work when it comes in, from everything from cost containment to focusing on the environment, focusing on the ratepayer, and being able to have an engaged and positive workforce and work environment. So I just look at that as one of those measures and one of those opportunities to celebrate that when it reflects it in the numbers. So I appreciate that. Okay, I think, in fact, I know we're going to have executive session today. So unless my commissioners have any other late breaking needs, comments, or other actions that we need to take, I'll pause for a second. Okay.
That's it.
Then we'll move into executive session, and I'll have Mrs. Jordan give us the preamble, if we could.
Sounds good. Mariah, do you think 30 minutes is sufficient to start?
Yeah, 30 should be good.
Okay. Lake Stevens Sewer District Commission will now move into executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110 subsection 1 subsection I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to pending and potential litigation to which the agency is or is likely to become a party. The executive session will conclude at 9:45. At the conclusion of the executive session, the commission will adjourn the board meeting with no related actions taken.
All right. Give a moment to lock everything down.
This conference will now be recorded.
We're back in general session, and we're going to go back into executive session for 10 more minutes. We'll come out at 9:55, and we do not expect any decisions to be made at that time. Thank you.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we're back in regular session. As we stated before, no decisions to be made at this point, other than a decision to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, do we have a second? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, everybody.